In the beginning, God created man and gave him dominion over the earth, instructed him to care for all living things. For a long time, human and the animal coexisted, with the human providing for the animals and animals serving human in several ways. However, as time passed, some animals began to resent their situation, feeling that they were being oppressed and exploited by humans. Tortoise, a wise and ambitious animal, saw an opportunity to rally the animals and challenge the human dominance. He traveled far and wide, speaking to various animal groups and advocating for their freedom. It's time for us to stand on our own, he said. We must fight for our own rights and take control of our own destiny. Tortoise, claiming to be the oldest and the wisest animal, began to rally the other animals against humans. I have been around for centuries, he said. I have seen how humans treated us, and I don't like it. They think they are superior, but we are the ones who truly know this land. Elephant and giraffe, two of the most respected animals in the community, tried to reason with Tortoise. Tortoise, calm down from your soapbox, Elephant said gently. We appreciate the human care. They provide for us and they protect us. But the tortoise would not be swayed. You two are just blind to the truth, he said. Humans only care for us because it benefits them. They don't truly care about our well-being. We must rise up and take control of our own destiny. Despite the reservations of many animals, tortoise world resonates with some. Lion, leopard, hyena, and others begin to set the sense in his argument. They joined Tortoise crusade, and together they started to plan a rebellion against humans. As the animals prepared for battle, Tortoise stood tall, his eyes gleaming with determination. We will show humans who's boss, he said. We will take back our land and our freedom. Not all animals were convinced by Tortoise's message. The dog, who had always been loyal to humans, was skeptical of Tortoise's intentions. This crusade against humans will not end well, he warned. We have lived with humans for so long. We depend on them for our own survival. The pussycat, another animal who had grown comfortable with human care, shared the dog's concern. I don't trust Tortoise's motives, she said. He is stirring up trouble, and it will only lead to chaos and destructions. Despite this warning, many animals were swayed by Tortoise's word. The lion, leopard, hyena, tiger, and anaconda, all powerful and forced predators, saw an opportunity to gain power and control. They joined Tortoise crusade, and together they began to organize a rebellion against humans. The animals formed a coalition with lion as their king and the tiger as the head of the military. Hyena was appointed as the head of law enforcement, and the forest dog were tasked with spreading propaganda and recruiting more animals to their cause. The animals launched a series of coordinated attacks on human settlements, driving humans out of their own territory and claiming the land for themselves. At first, the animals were ecstatic about their newfound freedom. They roamed the land, proud and powerful, with no human to answer. However, as time passed, the reality of their situations began to set in. Without a human to care for them, many animals struggle to survive. The predators who had promised to protect and provide for all animals begin to exploit and devour the weaker ones. The dog who had warned about the dangers of rebellion was horrified by a turn of events. I told you this would happen, he said to the pussycat. The predators are using their power to oppress and exploit the weaker animals. We must find a way to stop them. The pussycat nodded in agreement. We need to go back to human, she said. They may not be perfect, but at least they care for us and provide for our needs. We were foolish to think we could survive on our own. The dog and the pussycat begin to secretly negotiate with the human, seeking their help in overthrowing the animal regime. After many long and difficult discussions, the human agreed to take them back, and the dog and the pussycat worked tirelessly to convince other animals to surrender and return to human care. As the animals returned to their human caregiver, they reflected on the lesson they had learned. They realized that their pursuit of freedom and power had led to chaos and destruction. Sometimes it is better to appreciate the care and protection provided by others. After the animals' rebellion, human and the animal who agreed to live with human formed a new relationship. Human refer to these animals as domestic animals. Meanwhile, the animals that refuse to submit to human authorities retreated to the forest, and the human called them wild animal. This distinction marked a new era in human-animal relationship, with domestic animals living under human care and wild animals feeding for themselves in the forest. The story of the animal rebellion serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of considering the consequences of one's action. We are different groups with competing interests must navigate complex power dynamics to achieve their goals. As for Tortoise, the architect of rebellion, he was nowhere to be found. Some said he had fled to a distant land where he would plot his next move. Others said he had been consumed by his own ambitions and had lost his way. However, the truth might be, one thing was certain: the animal would never forget the lesson they had learned from their experience, and they would strive to build a better future for all.